Ip Man 4, the finale, is the fourth and final film in the Ip Man film series, all starring Donnie Yen as the title character. And for those of you who don't know, Ip Man is a real life person, and he's most well known for being a very famous Wing Chun Kung Fu expert, but also for being the teacher of Bruce Lee. And this is the fourth film in the series, like I mentioned, and wow, does it end with a satisfying bang. I love this movie. Now in this film, Ip Man, he's been diagnosed with cancer. He's battling some challenges with raising his teenage son. So he's trying to find a better life for his son. So he goes to the US and San Francisco to try to get his son enrolled in a private school there to hopefully give him a better future. And at the same time, he goes to visit his student Bruce Lee, who has now opened a school in San Francisco and is also competing in a martial arts tournament there. Now story-wise, Ip Man 4 doesn't really bring anything new to the table. If you've seen what Ip Man movies, you've seen them all. They're all about Chinese men being oppressed and standing up for themselves and for justice and fighting against the oppressors, who are usually someone of another race, whether it's the Japanese or Americans. And this time, Ip Man realizes that even in America, where supposedly there's a better life, the Chinese are looked down upon there as well, and they're struggling to find their place there because Americans are just constantly holding them down. So the story-wise, yeah, and there's also the cliche challenging all the masters and taking them on, that kind of deal. So yeah, you're not gonna find anything really revolutionary story-wise, but man, the action in this movie is freaking incredible. The action director, once again, is Yuen Woo-ping, who is a legendary Hong Kong martial arts director. In the States, he's most well known for choreographing the Matrix movies, as well as Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, but his filmography goes way beyond that. His legacy goes way beyond that. He's done some of the best Hong Kong action movies of all time. He's worked with Jet Li, Jackie Chan, the best in the business. So I'm so happy to see him still working and choreographing the action in this movie, because the action is freaking amazing. The fights are just beautiful to watch. They're so balletic and rhythm, so much rhythm and a lot of impact as well. Like, these fights really mean something. You know, it's not just a show of, you know, flailing arms and legs. All the strikes and all the moves, they mean something. This film, once again, is directed by Wilson Yip, who has directed all four of the Ip Man movies, so it's obvious that him and Donnie Yen have a really good relationship, also having worked on other Donnie Yen films outside of the Ip Man film series. So you can also tell that they really trust each other with each other's work. And Donnie Yen, you know, he's probably the best martial arts actor acting in this generation. There's some up-and-comers, one of whom is Scott Adkins, who plays the villain in this movie, but Donnie Yen is the man of the time. I really was sad to see him so wasted in the American films that he did appear in, such as Shanghai Nights and The Blade 2 or 3, I can't remember which one it was, but and even in the Rogue One Star Wars story, no one really knew how to use his skills really well. So, you know, he tried it out, but I'm glad to see him return to his Hong Kong roots, because that's where they really know how to utilize his skills. And man, his performance is just beautiful. And I love that, you know, because Ip Man is a bit older in this film, he gave Ip Man more vulnerability. In Ip Man 1, Ip Man was almost like so unbeatable, like you knew that he would just kick anyone's ass no matter who he fought. In this one, he's older, he's battling cancer, he has injuries, and I love that how that came across as he was more vulnerable and even beatable, which made the final fight with Scott Adkins kind of like, oh shit. I mean, you know he's gonna win, but at the same time, you're like, oh shit, can he really pull it off? I don't know. So, yeah, this film is just a really satisfying finish to the Ip Man film series. Like I said, story-wise, nothing new. Anyone who's not Chinese in the movie is basically the devil. They're all devils, the white man bad kind of thing. The white actors in the movie are horrible. I can't even believe these people got cast. They're all terrible actors, but that's kind of the thing for Hong Kong action movies. If they ever hire any foreigners to be in their films, they're usually pretty bad. So that's not a surprise either if you watch a lot of these films. And it's really funny how Scott Adkins played this Marine officer, and one of his students is a Bruce Lee student, and he wants to bring in Wing Chun into the American training program. But he's like, no, we're Americans, this is American culture, we're gonna use karate. Like, you do realize that karate is not American, right? It's a Japanese martial art, so yeah. If you overlook all those silly things, Ip Man's a great movie. Ooh, I mentioned Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee, man. Oh, so the guy who plays Bruce Lee, he was the guy who played the Bruce Lee-like character all the way back in Shaolin Soccer. I think this guy's a great talent. He's so funny. He has Bruce Lee's mannerisms down. So, and he appeared briefly in Ip Man 3, but this time around, he actually gets his own fight scene, which is really one of the highlights of this movie as well. So it was great to see that. So yeah, Ip Man 4 is a very satisfying conclusion. The action scenes were great. There's a lot of heart to the movie. It may even make you cry. It made my wife cry for sure. So there's some heart, there's great action. The character that kind of comes full circle with this movie. So I had a really great time with this movie. I can't wait to watch it again. And so for me, Ip Man 4, the finale, gets a 9 out of 10. Thanks so much for watching my review. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel MC on Film for more reviews in the future.